Hello everyone, my name is Longley. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have another episode of Monday Market Update. This one is specifically we are going to looking at a couple data from ARMLS. ARMLS is the Arizona Regional MLS, which is the sites that a lot of pretty much all of the realtors use to send you information about houses and things like that. So they already collect all the data that they have for June of 2022. That's why we are doing the market update for June now. So we're gonna look at all the data, and I'm gonna explain why I put a description about love the rate, right? Love the house, date the rate. Okay, so we're gonna go through detail right now. Okay, so let's just take a look. As usual, this is the first chart I want to show you. This is the monthly sales. This is the monthly sales of June 2022. So we have about a total of only 7,720 homes that are sold in the month of June, right? That is obviously a reduction, a decrease of a lot, like 20%, almost more than 20% compared to the previous year, June of previous year, 2021. It's also the decrease of 6.7% month over month when you compare to May of 2022. The new inventory, however, have the opposite direction. It goes up. It goes up, right? So the new inventory is at 12,165 new inventory. This is fresh coming onto the market, right? That is an increase of 7.7%. 7.7%, and when you compare to the previous year, it's actually increase of 23%. So the total inventory for the entire month of June 2022 is 17,973. So that is actually also an increase of 29.6% when you compare to May of 2022, and is an increase of 77%. This is a huge number, 77% when you compare to the previous year. So as you know, those are the information that you're already aware, right? You're already aware of the situation that new inventory get onto the market and the house cannot be sold because of the demand is so slow right now. That's why the total inventory is getting higher and higher. Total inventory, including the inventory that cannot be sold in the month of May, and the new inventory coming onto the market in June of 2022. So it's getting very high, as you can see, for both number. The monthly supply of inventory, of course, because of the high number of inventory, we actually have a higher monthly supply of inventory at 2.23. I'm sorry, this is a typo. 2.33, right? So this month I put a chart here so that you can see the difference compared to the previous month, in the way that starting from March, right, everything goes up, right? Remember, at around that time, the Fed increased the interest rate, and therefore the mortgage interest rate also increased for that reason. So so right now there's plenty of inventory on the market. There's plenty of things that the buyers can choose from, and it's obviously easier for the buyers to negotiate with the seller. Average date on the market. This is a surprise number to me. It's only 30 days on the market on average. Now this is surprise because when you compare to the previous year, it's about the same, only 3 days more compared to the previous year, and then 2 days more compared to the previous month, right? So it's about the same, which I thought is surprise, because right now it's maybe more difficult to sell on the market. But obviously, we still have some agents selling houses very quickly. Another reason maybe because this is in the data for the month of June, so it's a little bit outdated with the market that we have right now in July. Okay, so interested to see. I'm expecting to see the July number, the average dates on market is going to be even higher than this number. All right. Now, last but not least, the data that I'm going to show with you is a series of 3 different numbers. Now, all the numbers here has a unit of thousands. Okay, the first number that we're going to look at is the median new list prices. This is all the across Maricopa Park County at 495,000. 495,000. When you compare to the previous year, it's actually increase of 23.8%. All right, keep that in mind. It's still an increase when you compare to the previous year of 23.8%. The median sale price is about $20,000 less at 475,000. This is actually an increase of 18% when you compare to the previous year. The forecast number for next month is going to be down $450,000. Right, so we down about $25,000. Now we talk to here. A lot of people say, "Wait a minute, does that mean that the market price going down?" Now I don't think so yet. Now, when you say the market price is it has to be. When you compare, it has to be compared to the previous year. You have to look at the previous year as well. Obviously, last year, around the same time, July, we only the median sale price is only about 400, right? Only about 300. I'm sorry about that. Only about 320, 330 or so. Okay. So we still have about 100,000 for those of you who buying the property July of last year, right? So instead of gaining $150,000 from the sale price, you get about $125,000 more, right? So it's $25,000 less profit that you have. Is not down. So it is obviously, even though the forecast is goes down for the sale price, right? You still have a lot of equity in the house. So, and therefore it's not a negative market, right? The house is still not a negative, and therefore the market is not down yet, right? So that is the right way to interpret it, because obviously, again, try to explain one more time just to make sure that everyone is on the same page, because I'm looking at the July number right here for last year. The median sale price is about 320. Okay, the median sale price is about 320. Imagine that you bought that house in July, right? 320. So coming to the forecast, right? When you compare the forecast number of July to June, you see that there's a loss of $25,000 in the forecast, right? However, though, when you compare to the original purchase price, it's still $130,000 more than what you bought the house. So how can you say that the market goes down if you still have profit? Right? In this situation, it just you lose a certain percent of the profit. Instead of having this much profit, you have about this much profit, right? So you have less profit than anticipated. But it doesn't mean that the market goes down. I'm sorry, I'm spending too much time on talking about that. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, everyone feel free to contact me. My phone number is listed below right there. The last chart that I want to show with you, this is kind of a side note so that you can talk about the appropriate action the buyers and the sellers should do in this market right now. So if you're looking at the first row, that is the median sale price for Phoenix, Arizona, and in that year, the average interest rate is about 3%. Right, so we have the principal and the payment about $1,700. Now this is assuming that you have zero down. right? There's not that situation, but I assuming for the sake of calculation, because I don't want to assume 5%, 10%, right? And then for some people, it's going to say, hey, what if I have more down payment? Hey, what if I have less down payment, right? In this situation, this is assuming the worst, that you have to get the loan 100%, right? So the maximum payment that you have to have for that house at 400 is 1,700 for that house, right? So if you're looking at this today, okay, the average, this is the interest rate from Freddie Mac, right? This is a prediction that Freddie Mac has. This is the prediction that Freddie Mac has in July 20. As you see, let me pull some data here for you. So they predict that annually, right, on average in 2022, you have the median, the average interest rate about 5.0. And 2023, you have about 5.1. So it's increased a little bit compared to 2022, but it's not much, okay? Come back to this chart here. So 5.0 is the average interest rate for 2022. Because right now, the median sale price is $475. So your monthly payment is $2,550. That's principal and interest. That doesn't include HOA, tax, and insurance. Now, that is the reason why a lot of buyers cannot qualify for a house, because basically for the same house, the price already higher and the interest rate already higher, which make their monthly payment about $800 more. About $800 more. So that's a lot. That's a lot. And you have to have a lot of income to cover that $800 difference, given that the situation, you have inflation today, there's a lot of things going on, the sale price, the gas price, the food price, or everything goes higher, right? So $800 difference in house payment is a lot. Okay. So imagine if you wait. Imagine if you wait for next year to buy. So now the median interest rate is about 5.1. It's 5.1 right here. And because there's still a prediction of 4% increase in the median sale price, right? Even though you see a dip there, but it's probably they're still predicting the right now, as of right now, they're still predicting that the median sale price of the entire year 2023 is actually a very reasonable appreciation of 4%. Okay, if you do 4%, so that house is about 494,000. The interest rate is about 2,700, right? 2,700. So that is actually $1,000 more if you bought the house last year, and that is actually about 900 different compared to today, right? Let me do a quick calculation to see if I have it correct. I'm sorry, about $100 difference. All right, about $100 difference. So your monthly payment is actually higher if you wait for next year, and if those forecasts accurate, right? So that may not be a smart way to wait. That may not be a smart way to wait for the buyers. Instead, what you should do is take this median sale price right here. I know it's still, for some buyers, it's still a very overpriced price, right? But you could get a better deal than this number. This is just in terms of average, so that everyone has the same have a same comparison. Okay, and if somehow you can ask the seller to pay the seller concession so that you can buy down the interest rate and reduce your interest rate to 3%, now your monthly payment is only about $2,000. Only about $2,000. That is actually $700 less if you wait. And then you cannot ask for any seller concession. It has only $400 difference if compared to last year, instead of $800 difference compared to the regular payment, right? So why not do this? Why not do this? Right? This is actually a better way, better payment for you, instead of waiting for next year, instead of paying full price, right? So that is the situation right now. Okay, my suggestion is that, because hey, buyers, get ready. it's time for you to take action, because the market that you have been waiting for is now. The market that the seller doesn't have the absolute negotiation power is now, right? We are in the balance market. We are in the balance market where both parties have to open for negotiation. Both buyers and sellers have to open for that. So this is the perfect time for you to negotiate some closing costs to reduce your interest rate and then get a better payment compared to waiting for next year, because it could potentially higher. What you can do right now, what you need to know right now is that is what you have to do right now. And you need to know that right now is the time that we have been waiting for the last 2 years, so that the buyers have more negotiation power. You can ask those from the seller. Now, especially the last two charts that I'm looking at here is from Opendoor and OfferPad. The green lines is the number of available listing, and the orange is the listing that are under contract. Now, this doesn't include all the available listings that both companies have. So that could potentially more. The blue line could potentially more. So if you are interested in an Opendoor or a OfferPad properties, it is actually their best interest to open the negotiation conversation with you. So for that reason, if you are seeking to buy, this is the time, right? Some people say that love the house, date the rates, right? You can get rid of the rate later on if that is a big concern for you, or you can buy down the interest rate right now, right? But buy the house right now because you have so much negotiation at this time, and it's going to be really better for you in the long run, because you could negotiate the price down, you could negotiate the inspection, you can negotiate one more time when appraisal comes in, and things like that. So you have so much power right now compared to the last 2 years. So take advantage of that and be ready for the buyer markets right now. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. That's all I have for you in this video. If you have any question, all you have to do is send me a message. I'm here to help. My phone number is below.